Looking forward to playing something.
It's hard, to be fair to them, just ask them a few questions. They're a strong side, aren't they? They're a very strong side, they're good at defending, they'll get people down the ball and defending deep. I think they'll go a long way doing that for sure. They're not an easy team to play against.
So that was your best performance against them so far out of the 3 games?
Did you see the other 2? To be fair, I genuinely thought we deserved something out of the game tonight. I thought we controlled the game for long spells. If you were being critical of us, we probably lacked a little bit of penetration. But again, with Matthew getting caught being out injured, that they are so-called penetration. I was very pleased with the lads tonight. I really was.
How did you rate Doe? He looked very sprightly. He looked like he's always got a natural athleticism.
He's a good player, isn't he? The best one in the world. He's only training with us now this week. He comes into the side and he'll certainly bring a different dimension to us. The players will take a little bit of time to adjust, but you don't get much time in football and leagues nowadays.
And what's the issue with Blinkhorn?
He's injured.
I know he's injured, but what sort of injury is he carrying?
He's not injured.
Okay.
It's not an issue, is it?
No, I wasn't aware of it. It wasn't said before, and I inquired at the club.
Yesterday, I think.
Huh?
It was yesterday it happened.
Okay, yeah. I ran the club this evening, but it was good.
You don't get much rest with Rovers on Monday?
No, look forward to going there now. The lads are working hard, to be fair. We're being similar to St. Pat's tomorrow. We look forward to the game. I think Blinkhorn will be fit for that one, which is good because it gives you a chance to just bring that little bit more physical presence up front and a little bit more penetration.
How's Mara looking?
No, that injury.
Is the ankle, is it?
No, it's Achilles. I don't think it's very good at all. So that's a big disappointment, but you just got these part and parcel of football, you get over it. So we're certainly looking forward to our next game coming up. It'll be tough.
He hasn't had much luck tomorrow, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's just come back from one Achilles problem, which was bad, and he had an operation, and it looks like it's the other one's gone now. And again, it's a big disappointment for us as a club.
No, see, the 3 matches in Dublin against Rovers. So he played Bowen well, he played Pats. That must have been one of your... So he played Fingal up here, he played goals up here, so he played Pats tonight. And that was probably your best performance.
We're very young as a side, and it's lads are just getting used to playing with each other. It's hard sometimes when you throw them in. And fans can be very impatient at times, and that's what we showed everybody to win. So we don't have but if we keep playing like that, you're certainly going to win some football games, that's for sure. And I do think you'll entertain people to boot. And that's what we are trying to do.
And you think Nadal will be a catalyst to bring the young players on?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's a very good professional. So he's very thorough in his preparation for games. I think tonight he proved that. I don't think his fitness will come into question with it. I don't think he'll play the games he played for Bohemians last year in the championship with the team not being fit. So we're pleased with him. We're looking forward to him playing. We're certainly looking forward to some good games on the shoulder.
They seem to be bringing the best out of Richie Ryan at times as well.
I thought Richie was absolutely magnificent tonight, to be fair to the kid. I thought he was immense. I think when you play like that, it's hard to be on a losing team, isn't it? But St. Pat's are just having, the rub of the green at the minute, aren't they? So the kid's goal, he cuts in with his left foot, and you genuinely think as a manager, go on, shoot.
Yeah.
He puts it in the top corner, so you go, yeah, keep your option for a minute. And that's, good luck to St. Pat's. There's 7 points clear of us. We've got a game in hand on them. There's a long way to go.
Is Richie still a player who gets the credit he deserves? I mean, obviously he was highly rated, but his career maybe hasn't gone to plan. But
if you play like that, you'll get plenty of credit, won't you? And to be fair to our lads, I made a lot of good performances tonight. I talked with a couple of lads, Gavin Pearce, Danny. I thought there was plenty of big performances. And that's what we want to do tonight. It was a good performance, because not only if you get your performance right, the results follow. So tonight we didn't get the right result, but I think anyone who's a fair judge of football, I think we deserve to draw for sure.
Talking about Richie, sorry, you were talking about Jocelyn Dolan's fitness, but Richie looks that he's fitter now than he was before.
He's saying that he had a hip problem at Sunderland, didn't he? And he's carried that hip problem with him now throughout his career. It seems to have settled down. He hasn't missed a day's training. He doesn't miss a game. He's got a great eye for the pass. When we can get players like Endo and John Dillon and McCabe on the ball, do you think we'll be a threat for teams?
Well, you see, you played eight of the teams now. Who do you regard as the best equipped in the league?
Again, I think everyone, Dundalk are doing smashing and St. Pat's are doing great, aren't they? But the three Fingal, Bowes and Shams will be up there at the end without any shadow of a doubt. There's no getting away. They've got very good players. There's strong teams. And I think the good thing about the league is now it seems to be that bit more competitive, doesn't it? We're actually seeing competitive games, in my opinion. That's only good for the league.
Could you see any other teams outside those three winning the league?
If you put a gun to me, I'd have to say no. you know, with the way the league's going now, you couldn't dare say that, could you? Do you know, I think Dundalk are on a crest of a wave now, and that gives them great confidence, the same as St. Pat's. Do you know, so I think, you know, what would happen in the transfer window for these clubs with 6 points clear at the top? If people go to them clubs might say, why don't we bring a player into it and see what we can do? So I think to say someone can't win the league would be a bit of a statement. So, but I do think, you know, anyone who finishes up above Bowes for me, well, we won't be far away, that's for sure.
Just back in Harrow, is there a time frame, do you think, and how is it likely?
You'd say no, I would say he's still looking for Monday at the minute.
Do you think, by the way, we just touched upon the Pete Man, a bit different, you're involved with the Stanley Cup as well. You seem to play 2 matches a week, it's an awful stretch and a strain on every club. Is it fair, is it realistic?
We've played ridiculous amounts of games already. We're now at Shamrock Monday, we're at Fingal at home Saturday, we're at Galway Tuesday, we've got Bowes the following Saturday, we've got UCD on the Tuesday. It's obviously, it's not. So we have at the club Podrick Hammond and Matthew Blinkhorn as 2 strikers we don't have anymore. You know, as you see now with Blinkhorn out the team, you get a little bit.
Because we've only got 1.
But that's just a fact, that's how it was and that's the way it is. So when the Setanta Cup comes, it's a bit, you know, would we like to be in the final? Of course we would. If you could turn the clock back, we would, yeah, but do you know, we're not.
Have you sort of asked Pete Man about his level of expectation now where the season is? Are you happy where you are?
I don't know about happy. I think with all the clubs now, I think it's very much, I've said all along, it's, you know, it's certainly not where you're at today, is it? You know, that counts. I think there is a climate now that clubs will be changing what they foresee they can get as points. So I think us all have a points target, and people keep talking about 15 points for each group of games, don't they? People seem to think 60 points will get you in Europe. You know, my own work, we got in a year ago, 2 years ago with 48. So looking at it last year, it was a bit more than that, obviously.
Well, you can't be certain as to how many clubs are going to finish with their asterisks after their name, because that's happened last couple of years. But assuming this year, that's
always a few. You know, it's again what you've got to try and be as competitive, isn't it? You know, that's, you know, I think nowadays there's no such thing where we turn up and expect to go get day one. You know, I think the teams that we all thought might be struggling at the bottom, the Galways and that, they're not bugs by any stretch of the imagination.
Thanks, lads.
That's